got the touch.
This is Stan Bush, and this epic video from Optibotimus truly has the touch.
What's up, beautiful collectors and Transformer fans? It's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the incredible support of my patrons, Optibotimus Plus channel members, and even those that just hit that thumbs up button, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Studio Series 86 of none other than the Deluxe Class JAZZ. This was one I was waiting for a long time, and I am super excited about it. For the package, much like all the Studio Series figures, you have the nice Transformers text here with the Generation logo, the open window that fully showcases them. Really cool art of Jazz looking all happy and everything because he survived everything. Come around to the side, you can see an up-close image of him being really happy. Plus, you know, it's Jazz. He's always happy in general. The side here has a more pulled-back image, and then in the back, you can see he transforms in 20 steps. And you got images of him in his robot and his vehicle mode. And then because this is the big screen inspired, all that kind of stuff, you do get a display base with a pretty cool looking backdrop there. But for the packaging on this guy, oh, wait a minute, is this? I was trying to see, oh no, it doesn't say that it's an officially licensed Porsche, but it sure as heck looks like one. Hasbro doing a little bit of the third-party thing where it kind of looks like him, but a little bit not like it, so that they have to avoid any kind of copyright infringements. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have Jazz opened up out of his packaging and obviously in his vehicle mode. And starting out first, all of these Studio Series come with this nice backdrop for the Studio Series 86 line. So far, they've all been different from one another, which is outstanding. And see, the background here is primarily where we saw Jazz up until the very end of the movie when Daniel saved a bunch of the Autobots that were trapped inside Unicron, including Jazz. But this is a scene from Moonbase 1. This is really cool. I dig this a lot. You can see you also have the Transformers movie logo right down there. You got the little stand. So, you know, you just put him right. Yeah, that's cool. Really dig that. Then for the figure, I'm just saying this stuff over and over again. But Hasbro, wow, guys, you guys are blowing it out of the park. I am just beyond amazed with what you're doing. And if we don't ever get a masterpiece version, that'll be a damn shame. But this is pretty good for a stand-in. As you can see, he does come with this blaster. It does look like Jazz's gun that we are kind of used to seeing. That's nice. You got a couple extra pegs here so you can like put it on sideways. There's no real other ports anywhere else where you can hide it, so you're just kind of left with it like that. But gorgeous. Coloring is wonderful. The white looks really good. There are some bits you can kind of see, like some of it is white, but then you have some molded white plastic, like right here, but it blends in fairly decently. Really like the blue tinted windows. That looks really cool. You got the giant spoiler up here. You do have feet hanging out, but I don't think that that's terribly ugly. Now, people are going to be like, why the number 14? Why not 4? Now, a lot of speculation exists that there's actually a real race car that uses the Porsche 935, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. But uses a Porsche as his race car, and his number is actually 4. And they may have wanted to avoid copyright issues with that, so they gave him the number 14. That number 14 isn't just an arbitrary number. In the original Car Robot Diaclone line, the Porsche 935 or whatever, which would eventually be repainted, well, not even really repainted that much, they didn't change much with it, but re-released in the Transformers line through Hasbro, was the 14th figure in that series. So that's where the number 14 comes from. Why they're using it, like I said, it's kind of speculation, but it's not, you know, too terribly bad. One thing I am noticing here on camera, you can kind of see that the blue up here on the top is a little bit darker than the blue that's down there. I don't think it's terrible. When you look at it kind of quick, it doesn't stand out that differently, but I mean, as a reviewer, I gotta point it out to you. But it still looks really nice. You got a good Autobot logo there, really nice red sort of accent down here in the bottom, silver. You got light blue for the fog lights right there. Nice silver rims. I just love this guy. This is a terrific figure. Now, the Jazz that I have been using for the longest time was this guy. You can see there's a little bit of yellowing going on here. I'm going to have to do some of my retro brighting, but you can see they had the number 4 on this. So this came out in the Reveal the Shield line? I don't remember. But this is one of those stolen Chinese toys that I got way back in the day. So it's not a new concept. It's been going on for a long time. But you can see, like, one of the biggest things was this was wrong. Instead of a molded white piece of plastic, they had that painted. So that was probably why this got tossed into the recycle bin. But this was the Jazz that I have used for many, many years. Obviously, this is replacing him. It just is infinitely better. Now, it's not to say that this is a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. It always was a good figure. But again, I just love that accurate look. And this is a little bit more modern and updated, so it's still pretty cool. But this just takes the cake. Now, for his transformation, I'm going to come around here to the side. We're going to pull these doors up and away from the body, and then you can kind of loosen this back off. They're going to tab down here with the back section, so just kind of wedge all of that for right now. You can take these arms. We're going to rotate these out, pull these up, rotate those out. We're going to fiddle with those here in a bit. You can then bend this down. This part right here, you want to push this down right there, and then take that, rotate that up and out. It gets a little bit tricky. And pull that all the way back, and let's see what's happening. There we go. Get that all the way through so that sits flush. Take this little silver bit here that's on his back. That by itself will rotate. So just rotate that around like so. And then this, you got 2 little slot sections kind of under here that are going to lock into these little tabs. So bring that down, just position that, and push that down like so. You can bring these arms around if you want. You can fold the little hands out right there. Rotate them at the bicep. Do that on this side as well. Fold that out. Rotate that down. Separate these legs, and then they are going to accordion down. Now you got little tabs and everything underneath here. Give that a good squeeze. Again, just accordion that down. Give that a good squeeze. Lock that into place. Fold the foot forward. Then rotate these down like that along the side. Now, when you get him out of the package, his backpack is literally like this. And what's interesting is the backpack actually puts in the instructions how to transform him out of the package, which is weird because it's like, just package them right. Or not even that. A lot of times they'll just make you figure it out yourself. But lift this up. You're going to fold this down and hinge this in there. And let's see, did I even have that the right way? I feel like I didn't. There is some clearance issues there, and that pops off. So that it is a little bit problematic, especially with clear plastic here. So be careful when you're doing it. But there does appear to be like clearance issues. All right, let's see. Come on. And again, clear plastic, so you do want to make sure you're being fairly careful with it. But that folds, and like I said, this kind of gets in the way a little bit. Yeah, I don't like how this folds. There we go. And there we go. That's going to sit nice and tight up on the inside there, and then you fold this in, and then these 2 little prongs are actually going to go through this gap section here. So just kind of push that, then collapse that all the way down, and when you're done, there you have Jazz in his absolutely gorgeous looking robot mode. And this guy is fantastic. Really, really very impressed with this. God, it's been so long since we've had a really great looking Jazz. I almost forgot how fun he is. Now, we've gotten other Jazz figures, so it's not like we haven't gotten the character. But one that looks like this, wow, it's been a long time. So you have his gun, and again, you can tab that in to kind of hide that if you want, or you can see he holds it fairly well. I guess the only thing that I guess I wish he had was maybe those little wings, because the original G1 toy, I guess you could take these and rotate these out, kind of, to give him like those wings. I mean, it's not really all that much, because it was literally these kind of, you know, kind of like the Bumblebee sort of look. But God, I'm just really blown away by how good this guy looks. Coming in to take a closer look at him. First off, that head sculpt nails it as Jazz. The shape of it, the nice blue visor, silver mouth area, really very well done. Of course, you got the Autobot logo there, and you got the front of the car, which is nice. Simple in terms of the overall look, but Jazz was. I mean, we just got, you know, black and white for the arms. You do have a nice little added silver bit with his little waist section. Got some blue highlights on there. Just in general, I'm blown away. The feet even look good on this guy. Just absolutely blown away. He does have a bit of a backpack. I mean, that does kind of stick out. I wish you could compress that a little bit more. If we got a Masterpiece figure, I would have to believe that they'd figure out a way to compress that. But I don't think it's bad, really, like this. It's not making me freak out too terribly much. Let's do some size comparisons, shall we? So here is good old Jazz. Here's his fearless leader. This is a Voyager class Optimus Prime. Get him kind of in there. Here's his Moonbase 1 buddy. Here is Cliffjumper. I mean, that's a deluxe figure, so you get kind of an idea of basically how kind of small he is. And then, you know, let's use a little bit more normal size deluxe. Here we have him with Sunstreaker. Overall, a good scale with the rest of his Autobot buddies. And for another comparison, here he is with that previous Jazz figure that I've had in my collection, that Reveal the Shield one. And you can see that a lot of the same elements were there. It was just a more updated vehicle for the most part for him. And then obviously you did have the door wings there, which were more or less something that was meant to homage the original G1 toy. But again, you can also see that pretty big difference in sizes. And for one final comparison, here he is next to a Coca-Cola Tic Tac container. First articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you get a nice range of motion there. Left, right, up, down a little bit. You get some side to side, all that fun stuff. You have a pin hinge joint here at the shoulder, so pretty much a full range of motion. Again, you got that nice added detail where when you bring the arm up, you got a little fill-in section. You can rotate at the upper part of the bicep, bend at the knee, the wrists. Oh no, those don't rotate, but you do have a hinge in and out. You do have a waist swivel, hips that move forward, back, in and out. They rotate at the upper part of the thigh. You do have to be careful with the knee. The tab doesn't like staying in all that well. It kind of dislodges a little bit easier than I would like, at least on my copy. But if you get it pushed in there real nice and tight, you get that nice bend there at the knee. I guess you can point the toes. And, of course, insane ankle pivot, because Jazz needs to be able to... Oh, he goes a little bit more, but he needs to be able to basically do the splits. Now, for his transformation back, I'm going to get him standing back up. We're going to take these tires. We're going to rotate those around just like that. And then we can point the toes. Come around here to the back. I'm going to lift this up. Just get this out of the way. Hinge this piece out. Put that right up there. Come down here to the waist area. You want to dislodge this and pull that up like so. And then take this. Make sure you push that as far up as you can so that you can rotate his head down and bring out that little back section that has the continuation of the racing stripe. And then take this, push that all the way through, make sure that that is nice and flat then. Get this elevated a little bit, then take these and you accordion these up and in. Make sure you rotate the little silver piece around. I apologize. Rotate that piece around just like that. Keep everything kind of squeezed together. Then you got little tabs here on his legs that are going to line up with these little clear sections. So bring that down, kind of feel that around till that squeezes in. Then push this bit down, get everything pushed down nicely so that's in place. There we go. Then bring these arms around, and you want to make sure that you rotate the forearm so the little tab section here is going to be facing outward. And let's fold the hands in, sorry. So that little tab is going to line up with the door. You bring that down, and that locks that into place right there. So again, bring that piece around, tuck the hand in, and then rotate the forearm so that little tiny nub is on the outside. So you can close that, lock that in, and when you're done, there you have Jazz back in his vehicle mode. But an absolutely beautiful, beautiful figure. Honestly, I don't know how they were able to do this without Porsche's permission, because this looks pretty much spot on. I guess maybe the back section gets a little bit kind of deviating from the actual look. I don't know if that's their little loophole, but I don't care. It looks great. Transformation is fun. It doesn't do anything overly complex, but it's a solid transformation. And then you get a robot mode that nails the Jazz look. Between the Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, and the Studio Series 86 figures, we're basically getting all of the main characters from Transformers and Beast Wars that I really have always wanted. And while a Masterpiece one would probably be the definitive version, that's also probably gonna cost $200. Well, maybe not that much, I don't know. Their prices are crazy lately, but it's probably not going to be as cheap as a $20 figure. And for that price, you get an absolute wonderful representation of Jazz that we know this guy is superb. And obviously, if you cannot tell, I recommend picking him up. And the good news is, he is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you are looking for him, good luck and happy hunting. Or you can do the real easy thing and just go online to places like Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon. For both of those places, I'll put links right down in the video description where you can check them out and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would do one very simple thing for me. And that's just to hit that thumbs up button. That one very small gesture really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really very much appreciate it. If you want to take your support a little bit further, consider becoming a patron or a member of Optibotimus Plus. If you'd like information on how you can help support my channel by becoming a patron like these guys have done, feel free to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/Optibotimus. Or if you want to keep all of your perks and rewards, such as custom emojis, loyalty badges, channel member exclusive live streams, as well as Zoom calls, and the occasional giveaway, consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus like these guys have done. And for that, all you have to do is click on that little join button right down there. And finally, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.